What is up, guys? We're back at it again. Welcome back to Touchdown Talk. I'm your host, ZB Zack Brown. Well, the fourth episode here. We're getting a little closer to football season. College football's up this week. Nothing too big. Navy versus Notre Dame might be pretty interesting over there in Ireland. Talk about a little bit of preseason, training camp, scuffles happening around the league, and some new people and named starters in the NFL. So let's get into it. One thing I want to touch on first, tensions run a little bit high in the league, especially when you mix different teams coming into your facility to practice and to kind of take on your territory, if you will. They kind of shit in your own backyard, as you heard them talk on Hard Knocks with the Jets. So there's already some tension. It's hot. Drills suck. The workouts suck. Players are miserable. It's just not really fun right now. And you add a team from a different part of the country, a different culture, people that you just don't know. It's bound to start some fights. Of course, the one I'm talking about, the big one that just happened, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Indianapolis Colts had joint practice. There was allegedly a late hit on the running back for the Eagles, Kenny Gainwell, and Jason Kelce said, "Fuck that, I'm defending my guy." And he goes and shoves the hell out of that defender that did that. Well, that just emptied the benches. And there she went. Big brawl breaks out in Philadelphia, which that's a common headline. And they had to cancel practice for it. So does your team really care if they're not getting into a big scuffle like that? Yeah. And you know the big guys up front, especially Jason Kelce, the leader of the core group of five, he's going to stand up for his guys. So if he feels there was a cheap shot, he's going to go back at you and make sure he's got his guys back. It makes him a leader. And you don't want to fuck around with the offensive lineman. Trust me, I know that. So yeah, I mean, you got the Colts and Eagles playing on Thursday night this week. I don't expect really any starters play. I think you'll see Anthony Richardson make a series or two. I don't expect the Eagles starters to play, but you never know. And they haven't announced them. That probably will be a game time decision. Wouldn't be a bad idea to see it. I mean, it was announced this week that Aaron Rodgers is going to actually start in the preseason game this coming Saturday for the New York Jets. So that'll be making his Jets debut. So if even Aaron Rodgers makes a preseason appearance, hasn't made one since I believe it's 2018. So quite some time. But I think it'll help work out some kinks, get some of the pregame jitters out. Even veterans at this age are going to have some sort of pregame jitters, but you get into the routine of how a game is supposed to be approached, and you go through all the motions just like you would in the game. I think that is the smart thing to do for Aaron to get some plays on live action plays in a real game type situation. So that'll be interesting to see. And if you haven't watched Hard Knocks, and this is really the first year I've watched Hard Knocks, but it has been fantastic. Seeing the behind the scenes of the New York Jets and really how Aaron Rodgers approaches each and every practice, how he talks to the young guys and how he holds himself and what he does day in and day out, and he's able to rub it off on those young guys, and it goes a long way. And I think you've seen improvement with Zach Wilson just from the short time that Aaron Rodgers and he have been together. He's starting to get some of the good habits that Aaron Rodgers is bringing, and applying that to his game and improving week in and week out. So it's really not surprising, really. And I think, kind of going off into this tangent, I think you'll see Jordan Love succeed this year. He has made really good throws in the preseason. Again, it's preseason, take it with a grain of salt. But you're not behind Aaron Rodgers for multiple years and not learning anything. So I think there's some still high expectations in Green Bay. Just like I think Zach Wilson will eventually have high expectations here in a couple years. If the Jets want to hand over the franchise back to him, as long as he continues to show improvement and changes attitude and changes approach to the game, I think that is the biggest thing. But yeah, Jordan Love out in Green Bay, looking really good right now. Looking like Green Bay could be the next. They found their next dynasty quarterback. Again, it's preseason, so we don't really know. But he's showing glimpses of greatness right now. And if they're able to do that, find another Hall of Fame quarterback, that's 3 in a row, and we'll have to worry about a quarterback for another 15 to 20 years once more. The Green Bay Packers fans have to be ecstatic, and they are lucky bastards out there. Just constantly just getting Hall of Fame players. So, again, we'll see how Jordan Love does throughout the year. This might age like milk. So, we don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm excited to see what they do. I mean, it's one of the... I don't have any card in the game with the NFC North. There's Bears fans that probably will cuss me out. But, I mean, I respect all those franchises with how much history they have. But the Green Bay Packers, one of the most historic teams in the world, really, and the most iconic teams. I think it'll be just cool to see what they can do. Big news breaking for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is Baker Mayfield has officially been named the starter to start off the NFL season. And not really surprised when you sign let's just say a storyline and someone that has a lot of moxie and he brings to the team. But he's a Heisman Trophy winner, so you bring him to your team, you're not going to just have him sit. You're going to do what you can to make him succeed. Because he could be a distraction for a lot of people if he were on the bench. Kyle Trask has some decent throws in the preseason, but really Baker Mayfield looked really good. I think he's got really good potential. If Todd Bowles can put him in the right spot to lead, not ask too much of him, help manage the game. We'll see. It's not going to be a Tom Brady situation, so Tampa fans, just brace yourselves, probably for a disappointing year. But, I mean, there's a chance they found somebody. So we'll see. This is Baker's really last chance to do anything. If he can't make this work, it's just another Heisman Trophy winner getting drafted by the Browns and season and career coming to a close sooner than later. So this is the last shot for Baker Mayfield, in my opinion. So he's got to make it work. He's been named starter for week 1, so we'll see how it goes. All right. Well, big thing we want to go into, the biggest game coming up, college football's back. Saturday, the Fighting Irish go out to the motherland in Ireland to take on Navy. Finally, talking a little bit about college football, so it's right around the corner. Finally, we are here. We've gotten to college football. The hype is here. And what better way to start off one of the great American sports than to play it in a foreign country? But it's still pretty cool, I think. You have the Fighting Irish playing in Ireland and against the United States Naval Academy. The cool thing about this, though, besides it being in Ireland. Navy and Notre Dame traditionally have pretty good games. It doesn't seem to matter, and usually it's Navy, how bad they are or how bad they are predicted to be. They're going to show a lot of heart, and they're going to play damn their hardest. This is their national championship, if you will, especially to open up the season. This came out, and they see this, and they are ready to go. I mean, these are soldiers, and as part of our military, they are disciplined, and they are ready to get this win. They know how big of a deal it is. They won't let the outside noise really distract them going into this game. Notre Dame ranked number 13 in the top 25. The biggest thing is, can they start off better than they did last year? I mean, you've got they started off 0-2 or something, and they started off 3-3. And the second-year coach Marcus Freeman, they wanted his job at the beginning of last year, and they finished strong. They ended up 8-4. They won the Gator Bowl against South Carolina, but Notre Dame's expectations are get into the college football playoff and into the championship consideration each and every year. They always seem to be overhyped, in my opinion. I think top 13, maybe not a bad decision this time. I mean, if they were up top 5, I would have some questions about who is putting them where. But they got a new quarterback once again. He's a graduate transfer from Wake Forest, and it's Sam Hartman. We'll see how he can do. Can he take Notre Dame to the next level? And they have to start off their 20.5-point favorites against Navy. If they want to start making impressions, they're going to have to do that and some. But I don't see it happening. I see them winning. I think they'll beat Navy. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. Not like what everybody's predicting. Again, it doesn't seem to matter where Navy falls in the top 25 or top 130, whatever there are FBS schools. They're going to play their damn hearts out. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. First game of the season, you're going to see a lot of mistakes, penalties, guys shooting themselves in the foot. If it stays close enough, Navy will control the game with their wing T offense and power option, how they do all that stuff. Kind of an old school system, and they can play that to their advantage. If they can just get chunks and chunks and chunks, they'll stand a good chance, as good chance as any against Notre Dame. We'll see. On Saturday, I believe it's 2:30. Gonna check it out. It's gonna be pretty fun. Finally, college football's back, and you got a bunch of other smaller schools playing. USC, I think, is playing like San Jose State or something like that. They shouldn't have an issue, but I've seen crazier things happen. App State against Michigan, represent. So we'll talk about more of this stuff going into next week, and we'll talk about all the all-time upsets as well. If Navy can beat Notre Dame in this opening game of the season, I think that'll go up there as one of the bigger upsets, especially how much hype's building that the Fighting Irish are going to Ireland. So, that'll pretty much talk about the college football. Really not a whole lot more to really go on with the football season. The final week of preseason's finally here, and there'll be 2 weeks off until opening kickoff with Kansas City and Detroit Lions. How many times have the Lions been in a opening game of the season? I don't know if they ever have been. The hype is big, and hype is there for Detroit. Fans are making big bets on the Lions, and they're going all in. Dan Campbell's got those guys roaring, no pun intended. And they'll face off against Super Bowl champs. Not the easiest task to do, especially when the Chiefs are home. Chiefs don't really lose at home a whole lot. But it's the first game of the season, just like I said with college football. NFL's no different. There's gonna be mistakes. There's going to be mental errors. Which team can make the least is going to be the one that stands the best chance. But when it gets a little bit closer, whatever the spread is, we'll talk about that, and we'll go through my predictions for the opening week. So we'll see how this goes. So if you like the show, if you like to stay informed, go ahead and like and subscribe, notify yourself. We got working on a bunch of things with the other stuff. I'm going to open up a gaming portion of the channel, ZB Gaming. Going to start off with Madden. It looks like I have some iRacing if you like in the racing world, but if you want to watch a grown man cuss the hell out of a PlayStation and probably a 12-year-old that's playing Madden, go ahead and check these videos out, because that'll be a lot of fun for you to watch, and if I lose, I'll be pissed off. So go ahead, like and subscribe to the channel. Follow anywhere you get social media, anywhere you get your podcasts. You can find my social media at TheRealZB93 on TikTok and X or Twitter, whatever the fuck you want to call that now. Just a guy behind the camera that played football once before. Just bullshitting around. Like to have fun and like to see what everybody else thinks. So comment down below what else you want to see me get into this season, and we'll see if we can make it work. Alright, see you next week, guys.